Greetings, everyone. Love or fear here. Choices, all about the choices. We're going to do for, what is today? Tuesday. So this is Wednesday for October 7th, 2020 for Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. So these are what needs to be reborn, worked on in order to move forward from wherever you are currently, whatever situation you're facing that is coming through. Sometimes they can be about relationships, they can be about work, they can be about anything, but these are readings to help you move forward from wherever you are right now for a healthier, happier, more abundant you. So we're going to go ahead and get going. And we're going to start with Capricorn and see what comes through. So it comes right in, get any messages. They keep seeing like little wildflowers, I don't know, something desertish maybe. Maybe Southwest. So maybe there's a message here for somebody that's in the Southwest region or in some other climate that is similar. Could be anywhere in the world. So start with Capricorn for October 7th, 2020. And what needs to be reborn. What part of Capricorn life needs rebirth? Transformation, ascension, growth, development. What aspect of the Capricorn life needs rebirth, reborn, ascension? What part of Capricorn life needs to be reborn, needs rebirth, ascension, guidance, growth, development, vision. Okay. And what is in the essence, the heart space, in order to keep them on the proper path? What is in the essence of the heart space to get them in the proper path? What is the message from the soul, from the heart space? That's been coming up a lot. What needs to be released for Capricorn? What needs to be released? What needs to be released? You guys are not wanting to communicate. Clearly. What is going on, Cappies? Pardon me. What needs to be released for Capricorn, please? October 7th, 2020. What needs to be released for this journey, for this progression, for this development? Shuffle. What needs to be released? Capricorn, please. Now, this like never happens with these cards. So there is somebody who is very stubborn, very non-communicative. Okay, what can be salvaged, please? Maybe you guys have just gone silent in general. What can be salvaged, place, and situation? What should or can be salvaged for Capricorn for October 7th? 2 cards. What is left to forgive for Capricorn? What is left to forgive? What is left to forgive? Be forgiven. What is the matter of forgiveness for Capricorn for October 7th, 2020? What grace is there for Capricorn, please, in this situation? In this growth, development, what grace is there? What is the gift? What is the grace for Capricorn? What is the gift of grace for Capricorn for October 7th, please? Capricorn, what is the grace or gift? Somebody's not appreciating themselves enough at all. There's the grace or gift, please, for Capricorn. Yeah. And what is the work for Capricorn, please? What is the work for Capricorn? Wow. Okay. Let's be patient. Possibilities on the bottom of the deck that may or may not be relevant. I always look at the bottom of the deck. Doesn't always mean it carries weight. All right. New vision. You know what? I have a feeling that there is a hidden meaning in that for you guys. Okay. perspective. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So there's the reason that there wasn't a lot of communication with the cards is because there is a holding back here, and it's a holding back from the self. So there's this, what needs to be released. I think this is the primary player right here, is a clinging to the past. And the method is through changing perspective, gaining a new point of view. So this is like the Hangman. And if you look at the light energy, you can see that there is a lot of darkness here and how it transforms as it gradiates into light. And it's like a constellation. You can see the stars, the moon, but there's all these other geometric shapes in there. So there's a need to transform the perspective. Guilt is what's in the heart space, what's in the essence, which is usually something that is going to lead you. It's supposed to be something that leads you in the right direction. I feel like it's more, in this case, you feel like you should hold on to it, that it's something that you are supposed to retain in order to, I don't know, feels like self-punishment. Like there's a sense of deserving to feel guilty about maybe some action or behavior, something that maybe you were the cause of, or feel like you are the cause of, and therefore you are the responsible party for. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. The creator in control. You feel like you created this situation, and therefore you have to take responsibility for it, that you are obligated to control, to manage, to punish yourself. And it's something in the past that is, you're not letting it go. It's the thing, what's to be forgiven? Letting go. Which with this guilt card is, you're not letting it go, which is creating a tremendous amount of burden for you. This is effectively, it's like the, yeah, the Four of Pentacles, the equivalent of the Four of Pentacles. So just kind of holding on to this, and not allowing yourself to release and therefore be a genuine part of the solution, which is not to stay in this energy. It's part of the solution is letting go. Part of the solution is gaining that new perspective. Part of the solution is to not stay in this energy. You don't need to punish yourself. If there is some karmic consequence, trust me, it will allow the divine to handle that. We do not need to impose upon ourselves additional consequences. This will free you up to more fully participate in your own life, in your own existence, to actually be the creator without this control card, without this need to try and discipline, punish, make yourself responsible for, and give you this perspective to move it into a different direction, into something more fulfilling and more positive. Whatever it is that occurred in the past, whatever it is that has you holding on to this guilt, I feel like you've been holding it for quite a long time. And there may even be guilt about letting it go with these two cards right next to each other and both of them being an 8. So this may not be an easy release. One of the aspects in this particular spread that I would say participation could incorporate is maybe going and talking to someone professional to help with coping and management of whatever it is that you're holding on to from the past, and gain some assistance, some outside viewpoints on how to move through. There's no shame in that at all. In fact, it can really help in order to learn a new point of view, to see things through a different lens. So Capricorns, whoever this resonates for, hopefully you get out of this energy. There is the potential for a lot of very, very, very positive light energy here. It is within you. You just have these barriers in the way. Remove the barriers, and there's something much better waiting for you. So I hope that helps whoever is going through this. It is a difficult, heavy, 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 heavy energy. It is a very heavy energy. Very dark. Very painful. So, what was the bottom of the deck again? Possibilities. Yeah, it opens up a whole new world for you. So really release, let it go. Do whatever you need to do in order to allow that to happen. So I hope that helps. And moving on to Aquarius. What are your options for growth and development in your way? There's a lot of need to release for people right now. Releasing of a lot of inner and external toxicity. Aquarius, I'm getting what feels like almost like a sunrise. It's the darkness before the sunrise is like pointed right at the horizon where it's still very dark, but you can see the light above. So it feels like you're in a dark place, but you are still moving upward. It feels like there's a ways to go still, but you're not like at that darkest low point. So we'll see what comes out for you guys. Aquarius. So, what area of life for Aquarius needs rebirth? Needs reborn, needs ascension, guidance, improvement, development. Needs reborn, ascension, guidance, improvement, development. Aquarius for October 7th. Yes, dears. Whatever you say, dears. I'm such a smart aleck with spirit, with divine. Alright. You guys happy now? Essence. Awesome. Oh, maybe. I'll see what the rest comes out as. Inspirations. Released. Okay, that's interesting. Interesting placement. Okay, Savage. Let's be forgiven. Almost got that one. Oh. Okay. Grace. Aquarius is her face. And what is the workplace? What is the work part of this place? There's the work purpose. Thank you. Okay. Oh, I think that's going to be relevant. Okay, so on the bottom of the deck, in fact, I feel like that's relevant right now, considering the visual while getting into your energy is maturity. So when you think about what a sunrise is, it's kind of a period of maturing into the morning, into the day, beginning. So you're going from a very youthful, young night into pre-dawn, and then dawn, and then the day matures from there. So I feel like this is going to be relevant. And while pulling the rest of the cards, what came through was a whole lot of ego energy. So there's this ideal of being the ultimate self, of being successful, of ascending and being reborn, and what that's going to be like. However, with the exhaustion card as being what needs to be reborn, is that it's not something that's being allowed. It's something that is being forced, pushed, like you're trying to make it happen faster, and in a particular way, like you have some idea, some concept. And I feel like it's kind of this Emperor energy, like this is what you fathom the experience of rebirth, renewal, ascension to be like. What needs to be released is rebirth. And the energy from this is very, even though it's got a very, very Zen kind of imagery to it, the energy this time is just like it's imagining, a picturing, like an ideal that is in the mind. And what's to be forgiven is a rebel, which is in traditional tarot Emperor card, is this greater than concept. I'm better than. I deserve. You know, and this would be your concept of success, of your achievements. And there's kind of a disregard for this way of thinking. Like, just, no, that's not the way I see it. That's not the way I view it. This is the way I view it. Your energy says otherwise for some of you, Aquarius. And that would be a very Aquarius-like response. That's not what I'm thinking. But that's what's in your energy. So, you know, there's a certain level of developing where there's a call to just release these concepts, these ideas, and because it's really, it's psychologically, emotionally, psychically draining to try and manifest this concept, this ideal that you're imagining, rather than just moving with what the universe has in store for you. And I feel like your grace lies in exactly that. Quieting yourself and allowing the experiencing of this process, rather than trying to get it to go the way you want it to, at the rate of speed that you want it to, the direction that you want it to. Stop trying to control it. Just allow it, experience it, flow with it. And what needs to be worked on? Abundance. This particular abundance card, if you look at him, okay, so he's like very hippie. He looks like, frankly, he looks like he's stoned out of his gourd, okay, really, on something. Yeah, very much so. But he's chill. He's relaxed. He's all, you know, peace and love, hippie freak kind of dude. And so the work is to get from here and trying to manufacture this energy, and instead be in this and let everything just flow. Allow the experience of rebirth, and then you will find the success. You will mature in the context of that experience, and then you will have that Emperor energy. But as long as it is exhaustion and suppression and what needs to be released is the Emperor, and what's in your heart, what's in your energy is this success. That's a whole lot of ego at work. I mean, you've got these really positive cards, but they're couched in this very dark energy. And if you look, all your positive cards are rainbow effects. They have a lot of color, a lot of brightness, a lot of light. You know, there's rainbows in all of them. So, and that is definitely an indication of renewal and rebirth. But with these two in the way, you are actually blocking your own progress. So stop trying to control it. Relax, meditate, breathe, take walks, whatever it is that allows you to just allow. And you will naturally land in the space that you desire. So I hope that helps, Aquarius. And we're going to move on to Pisces. Pisces. Fishies. My moon companions. That was quick. I'm actually getting fish koi, to be specific. And yin yang symbols, so maybe you guys are moving into something balanced, balancing for the 7th. Some kind of, and it feels internal. It feels like there's a internal balancing that either you've just gone through, or moving into, or presently in. Let's see if the cards pick up the same energy, or if I am picking up a different group. But there is a group of Pisces that are moving into a state of flow. In fact, I'm getting harmony and potentially flow. One of those two cards I'm getting very strongly. Harmony is stronger than flow. And maybe a trust card. Yeah, we'll see. But there is a group, a collective that is moving into this, regardless of what energy come through the cards. There is a group that is moving into a state of inner harmony and flow, finding their peace within. So congratulations. As for anyone, that takes a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of self-love and self-compassion. I don't know, the energies can flow and transform and transmute. So is it the energy you're going to stay in? Well, you'll know that better than I will. But I do feel like it does feel pretty stable. Like, even if you kind of come out of that space for a little while, it's not going to be where you were before, and it won't take much to get back into it. So for that group of people, the cards may not pull your energy. Maybe it may pull something else, but we'll see. So for Pisces, what needs reborn? What needs to be reborn, developed? Wow, abundance is coming out a lot. Okay, what's in the essence, heart, soul energy? Essence, heart, soul energy. Ooh. Oh, wow. Silence. That would be the within energy. Just saying. What needs to be released for Pisces for the 7th? October 7th, 2020. What needs to be released, please? What needs to be released? Thinking about it. What needs to be released, please? For Pisces, October 7th, what needs to be released? Receptivity. A lot of water energy coming through. Interesting. Okay, what can be salvaged? And what needs to be forgiven? Pisces, your reading is going to come out a little different, I think. What needs to be forgiven? Because these are all abundance cards. What needs to be forgiven? What did I say? Harmony card. What? Dead on. Made me lose track. Grace. What's grace for Pisces? What's in the grace energy for Pisces, please? What's in the grace energy for Pisces? Yep. And what is the work Pisces needs to do? This really not much. What is the work for Pisces, please? All right, well, that collective I was picking up on is definitely coming through very strongly. Wow. What is the work for Pisces, please? With all this water, a little bit of earth, a little bit of fire. Actually, that's air. Politics. All right. Compromise. Yeah, okay. All right. So Pisces are definitely in their power. It says to release receptivity. And what's to be forgiven is harmony. What can be salvaged is flowering. And what needs to be reborn is abundance. What's grace? Rebirth. And what needs to be worked on is politics, and bottom of the deck is compromise. So what I'm getting out of this reading, that's the receptivity card. I already showed you harmony, silence, flowering. You guys have seen rebirth a ton. Politics and compromise. And compromise is like the six of coins, where it talks about balance, giving and receiving. So what I'm actually getting is this is definitely a different energy than the rest of the readings. Is that there's a whole lot of intuition that's awakening. Maybe psychic abilities. In fact, that's very much what it feels like. And you are experiencing this sense of inner peace and awakening with it. However, it's also creating a little hypersensitivity for you. Like if you're empathic, your empath abilities are magnifying. And so you may be picking up on some of these more negative energies, and it's creating some issues and some discomfort and some ego flare-ups. The other part of that is you may be overgiving, because with this much water energy, that's a lot of emotion. So you are very emotionally abundant. Yeah, I do feel like there's an overgiving here. An overgiving of your emotions, an overgiving of your energy. Yeah. So, and part of that may be to people please with this compromise and politics. So in people pleasing, there's a little bit of a mask that occurs. And it feels like with your grace rebirth, there needs to be a little bit more balancing. Like if you look at the flowering card, obviously there is a lot of water here. You've got somebody that looks kind of mermaidish. You've got the water, and you have the aura around, which could also be the moon. You've got some earth back here, the lotus flower. So this is all about the psychic abilities coming in and developing. Receptivity, out of the same thing. So it feels like the transformation here, if you look at the rebirth card, there's really not any water in it. So I feel like for those Pisces who are going through this transformation, this is a message to, one, protect your energy, to guard it, and to make an attempt to balance yourself and to not overgive. Don't allow these aspects of yourself to be taken advantage of. Because unfortunately, the world is the way it is. And there are people that will do that will take advantage of you because of that sensitivity, because of that connection with your emotional self, and ask you to give more than you necessarily have to give. And even though the exhaustion card isn't here, the burden card isn't here, depending on how much you give, those could end up showing up. So I feel like this is kind of an advance warning, to just protect yourself, love yourself. Love yourself enough to guard your energy, to ground yourself, find a way to get grounded, and rebalance some of this, a little bit into the other elements. It's not that this is a bad energy. It's just the external world, unfortunately, carries a lot of this kind of energy, especially right now. If you're an empath, you may be picking up, especially right now in the US, you may be picking up on a whole lot of these energies. So find a way to ground yourself, go for walks, find your peace, stay off the media and the news, silence silence. I think that's going to be key for you, to not engage and not participate in this here. Because what you're going to see is this, and it's going to burden you. And it's going to burden your energy, it's going to burden your emotions, and eventually what will happen is you will come into a lot more shadow energy. And there is, other than this politics card and in the spread itself, there are no shadow cards here. These are all ascension cards. So protect that, protect you, be compassionate, kind, and gentle with you. Do not allow the external illusions of the world to compromise your inner peace, your emotional wealth, your inner abundance. Do not let it overwhelm your psychic abilities and your emotional balance, because it can, and it will. There's research out there, psychological research, that getting too invested in politics and media is extraordinarily unhealthy. And if you're an empath, it's going to be even more so. So, you know, find out what you need to, of course, to be a proper and vested citizen. Do what's right. But don't invest your energy into it. Keep that energy invested in the self, turned inward. Keep your balance. Keep your footing. Take walks. Go stargazing. Whatever it is that works for you to stay grounded. It's going to be a rough ride, especially for people who are very strong in empathic abilities. So, you know, that type of energy is far from over. You're going to need your balance and endurance. So, for Pisces out there, hope that helps. It's useful. And we move on to Aries. The weather has been like cold for days, and all of a sudden it's like summer again. And it is sending my allergies through the roof. Alright, Aries. What have we got for the Aries? Oh, my fires. Mars is in retrograde. Mercury is in retrograde. Which makes sense why I'm picking up conflict. Getting like a Five of Swords type of energy. Nine of Wands. There's something underneath that conflict energy, like it almost, Aries, I don't know if you're like in martial arts or boxing, but it's almost like a fighting for fun, conflict for fun. Conflict for entertainment. For amusement. Amusement, that's the word, amusement. It almost feels like a bullying, but I'm not. I don't want to commit to that. So let's find out, Aries. Are you guys bullying people? Alright, Aries, what needs to be reborn, transformed, what ascension, rebirth needs to occur? Number 7 for my Aries. Number wow. Integration, balance, wholeness. What's in the essence energy? Heart, essence, true heart, essence, and authentic desire. Please be released. Please be released. Please be released, please. Sorry guys, I was getting a message, energy, something. What can be salvaged, Aries, please? What can be salvaged? What can be salvaged? What can be salvaged, please? And let's be forgiven. There's Aries, forgiveness to overcome. What is it that be forgiven? I must have been picking up on a smaller group or a different group of Aries with the conflict. Because this is not that group. So for the ones that are in that fighting for fun, hopefully it's literally just, you know, some martial arts, boxing, some kind of sport activity, that sort of thing. Needs to be forgiven. You guys don't have anything to be forgiven, one way or the other, to or from? If that's the case, then the nothingness card. No thingingness should come out. Needs to be forgiven. Aries, October 7th. There we go. What is a grace for Aries? Wow. Okay. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Soul connection. What's the work that Aries needs to engage in? What's the work for Aries? The challenge, the work. What is to be overcome? What is the block, challenge, work for Aries? What is the challenge, work, block for Aries, please? What is the challenge, block, work for Aries, please? Competition. Okay, Aries, I think yeah. Alright. So, Aries, some of you may very well be in some kind of divine soul connection relationship-wise. So we have major arcana here in a row. The Lovers, the Empress, integration, wholeness. So, yeah, I'm getting very much, plus, you know, guidance, new vision, and then bottom of the deck, awareness. So what I'm getting out of this, mostly because of what's coming off this clinging to the past, as far as what to let go of, and new vision, which is the Hangman, and what needs to be forgiven and what can be salvaged is understanding. Oh, sorry. What I'm feeling is that there is kind of a maybe there was an error in judgment or a mistake, or I'm not getting a whole lot of clarity. Because there's only one shadow card here. Like you're aware of whatever took place. And it could be either of you, yourself or your divine counterpart, where something occurred that there wasn't a seeing eye to eye, created a little bit of dissent, maybe some disillusion. Yeah, it created some form of disillusion and discontent because of that disillusion. And that's why it's calling for salvaging understanding. And what needs to be forgiven is new vision. And I kind of feel like maybe somebody changed their perception or view or stance or position on something, and it just kind of created this little bit of a schism, something in the past, because it's still a release clinging to the past with creativity and what's the work, which is the Empress energy. And there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of motion in these cards. Trapped with the door wide open. Freedom. Mirroring. You know what? Actually, what I'm getting is this is a divine connection where somebody isn't moving into it. They see the bars? And the door's open. And there's encouragement to come out for freedom. there is that ability to choose to move out of this, but they have to see that they can. They have to recognize, they have to imagine, they have to picture, they have to manifest their desire for freedom, to become aware, fully aware. Listen to their inner intuition, guidance, not, and these bars, clinging to the past, that's what's holding them captive. And this is the energy that they are supposed to move into. This is the energy that's supposed to be occurring, that is present, that is available. But they need to let go of the past, listen to their inner self, see it, recognize it, wake up to it, and be willing to move into it, to come into their highest self, to integrate and listen. And become. But all these other things need to take place. They need to let go of this past energy. They need to, Aries, I don't know if this is you or if this is someone that you are in connection with. I feel like this is you, the other person. Like you are aware, and it may be that you're not aware. You may be the one that is trapped by the past. And acceptance and understanding that you have this option. And accepting it and moving, freeing yourself. Becoming your highest self, listening to you, to your true, authentic inner voice, and coming into oneness with yourself. Because until that happens, that can't. But it's there, it's waiting, it's present. So whether it's you or another person, and Aries, if this is another person and you've suspected that this may be some type of very deep level soul connection, I don't really like a lot of the labels. But it is all these major arcanas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas out of 8 cards. So it's very divinely guided, this person. However, we do have free will. They can choose to stay behind these bars, or you. But if you do, that inner union and that union with other will not happen. Not the divine one, anyway. Because I'm going to tell you, even with divine unions, we're still human beings, and human beings are only going to wait so long. So this is an opportunity, whether it's you or someone else, they may want to, if it's for someone else, maybe show them this. Maybe then they'll become a little more aware. So that's it for Aries. I hope that helps and is confirmation for someone. And we move on to Taurus. Taurus, when I did the reading the other day, it was pretty heavy. So we'll see if we pull the same energies today from group or if it's not a group. And for the Tauruses from the other day, I hope you're doing well. It was a pretty heavy reading. So let's see what energies we get today for Taurus. Ooh. Okay, I'm only going to tell you guys what I just got if I pull the same energy in the cards. So what for Taurus needs? Rebirth, ascension advice, guidance, reborn, improvement, clubs. Please be informed for October 7th for Taurus. October 7th for Taurus. The Bulls. October 7th for Taurus. Wow. So Taurus stubborn much? I'm kidding. Well, okay, I'm not. The midheaven is Taurus, so and my rising is Leo, so it's not pot calling kettle here. A little resistance, a little bit, not a lot. All right, Taurus, let's try this again, shall we? Rebirth was born on October 7th, 2020 for Taurus. Much better. Essence hurts. True desire into sun. Please be released for Taurus and Taurus Sun. Please be released for Taurus. I know you guys want me to talk. Be savaged. Be savaged. Taurus, Taurus 7. That Scorpio energy coming in again. Please be forgiven. Please be forgiven. Taurus. 1 or 2. Please be forgiven. I feel like that was right. What needs to be forgiven for Taurus? Sometimes I go so fast my hands get annoying. What needs to be forgiven for Taurus? October 7. And it will start the month. That's what it's meant. Taurus, your energy is kind of heavy, which is kind of what I got. These are going to Taurus October 7th and 20th. Wow. I feel like you guys are not in a space to want to forgive. I feel like that's the reason that forgiveness, Taurus. Talk to me, guys. There we go. Oh, okay. That is not the energy that is supposed to carry. Grace, Taurus. Yes, grace. And where's the work piece? I think it's the same group. The Dragon Taurus. It almost looks like a continuation of that story. Taurus. Work. What's the work? Challenge the ball. There's some stuff you guys really just do not want to look at. Here's the challenge work for Taurus. Taurus in this situation was good. Yeah, we'll go with that. All right. Taurus. Bottom of the deck. Fighting. Five of Swords energy. Conflict. What's in the heart? The outsider. Somebody lonely, rejected, abandoned, dejected. Needs to be transformed. Sharing. And again, Scorpio energy. Past lives, death card. What's salvageable? Compromise. Wants to be forgiven. The Master. Yeah. That's great energy right there, right? Grace. Participation. And work. Comparison. So what I'm getting out of this, Taurus, I do feel like it's a continuation with these 3 cards here with sharing the outsider. I mean, even this. I feel like you are sharing and participating in an experience with someone, very possibly a karmic connection, a past life connection, a Scorpio. And even though you're sharing these experiences, you feel very much on the outside. You're not actually in that experience. You're not within yourself. You feel excluded, I guess. The person you are connected with, I feel like, is controlling, demanding. There's a lot of fighting and disagreements, and you always have to compromise in order to stay in the connection. And you stay in the connection, I feel like because you feel like you're supposed to. Maybe that you feel like you can't do better. Maybe you feel like that this person is so much more powerful than you. Maybe you're more willing to compromise. Maybe it's because there is a past life connection and you feel that. But this is a continuation. This is the same collective Taurus group, unfortunately, and this is more about how you're perceiving, feeling, what it's doing to you, not just what's going on to create it. And this is these 2 energies on their own are great energies until they start feeding into compromise, feeling abandoned, feeling like you're having to compare yourself or comparing your life to other people. You're dealing with somebody that's controlling, and there's always fighting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 2. Compromise. You really willing to accept all of this for this? What needs to be released? This connection. Whether it's a Scorpio, whether it's a past life connection, whether it's a karmic connection, doesn't matter. This is a death card. What needs to be released? Let it go is the advice of the universe. This is the only major arcana, which means that is what is coming through from the divine. that is the primary guidance, because this connection is making you miserable within. And maybe this energy overpowers in some way. But is it worth it? Is it worth it to be that unhappy? Underneath compromise, the Tower, destruction, releasing a unhealthy, unstable foundation. So, I mean, obviously you have choice. Releasing a connection, and I do not feel like, because the only images that do not involve people are these two. Everything else has people in it, so I do feel like this is a relationship of some type. The exact type of relationship, whether it's a domestic partnership, a dating relationship, a marriage, it could even be, a parent. It feels intimate relationship, but that doesn't mean it is. And I know that letting go of any kind of long-standing or deeply held connection is really difficult. It's painful. It's not easy. But beneath the Tower card is flowering, which is, in this case, it would be kind of a coming into your own. Freedom, peace, a sense of relief and healing. So, sometimes we have to go through these hardships to get to that space within. So we'll see what comes out next time, Taurus. That is all I have for you right now. I hope it helps. I'm genuinely very empathetic for a situation like this. I've been in those. So, yeah. Anyway, last one now for October 7th is Gemini, the twins, which always have interesting energies, that duality. So what collective are we reading for? I think I got an ancestor in on the last Gemini reading. I think. No, there was one for Sagittarius. No, maybe it was Virgo. Yeah, I think it was Sagittarius and Virgo. Never mind. All right, Geminis. Twins. Wow, I'm kind of getting, it's an interesting visual. I got like Siamese twins and one trying to be on the go, 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 and the other one saying, yeah, I need to rest. So maybe there's some kind of pressure going on where you do feel a little drained or wiped out or exhausted and you do need a break, but for maybe there's too many things pulling you in too many directions right now. And if your system's calling, if that is the case, or if I'm calling for a collective that doesn't show up in the reading, listen to that need to rest. That is self-love and self-care. If your system is telling you in any way, shape, or form that you need a break, then you need a break. So take care of yourself. And that goes for anyone. Doesn't matter what their sign is. Doesn't matter who you are. If your system is telling you to take a break, take a rest, to do something to rejuvenate, then do that for yourself. Because you will, even though you think you may not have time, like you're being pulled and demanded for too many things by too many people, you will be a lot more productive and able to perform if you are sufficiently rested and not so drained and exhausted, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, psychic, doesn't matter. If something within is telling you to take a break, then you need it. Honor yourself, love yourself, be kind to yourself. Take the break. Don't short yourself on it. Recoup, recover, then get back to it. It'll be a lot easier. Alright, Gemini. Let's see what shows up in the cards for you as far as rebirth. And ascension, rebirth, ascension, progress, development. Progress needed for Gemini, rebirth, transformation. Ha! Boy, wow. What did I just say? See all the faces in the background? Turning in. Heart space. Essence energy, soul energy. What is needed to get in our path? What is going to happen for Gemini? What needs to be released? I already see where this is going. Shocker. What needs to be released? Ah, okay. Yep. Gemini, you guys got this all kinds of backwards. Shocker. What can be salvaged for Gemini after 7? What can be salvaged for Gemini after 7? And what needs to be forgiven? Okay. What is grace for Gemini, please? What is is the grace, gift, assistance. I may have to clarify that one. I haven't had to actually clarify anything yet. Oops. What is the work or the challenge of the block for Gemini? The work for Gemini, the challenge block, what is the work? Challenge block for Gemini. Oh. I think that's more like a lesson. I'm getting at that. Challenge work block for Gemini. Oh, you guys get two. Right. Yeah. All right. So what needs transformation, rebirth, turning in? I think it's more of an acceptance and laziness. I feel like there's an identifying this resting, this need to rest as being a reason to be, that it's selfish, that you should feel guilty, that you should be ashamed. And that shows up with the miser, the burden. It's in the essence energy, the heart. So you are soul weary. Your energy is drained. Drained. You are exhausted. And there is just, and you keep going. You keep going anyway. Wants to be released, going with the flow. And I feel like this is actually going with the flow of these characters, these demands around you, screaming at you, allowing it. What you permit, you promote. What can be salvaged? Totality. Totality is very similar to trust. It's a balance of basically knowing everything's going to be okay. It's being in the moment so completely and so trusting that everything will be fine, that you are not concerned with the results, with the outcome. To be forgiven. Integration. Normally this would be a very positive card. In this case, I feel like it's more a lack of. It's right next to this miser. This imbalance in the heart. You should be reversed. This should be what's to be forgiven. And this is what's in the soul energy. So that's how exhausted you are, and the perceptions are, the energy is actually reversed. And I feel like this sorrow card is really it is that drain. It's the emotional drain. that comes with the soul weariness, that comes with this imbalance, this just exhaustion. And it's depression. There's depression here because you're not giving yourself that break, that needed, very, very needed period of rest and rejuvenation. And I don't mean just sleep. I mean rejuvenation, something that is going to re-energize your soul, your mind, your body, your heart, your emotions. Because right now they are, oh my gosh. They're basically being dragged through the mud. Work. Balancing yourself in the moment to moment so that you can be fulfilled. And so imagine like this is you. So you are in a state of inner abundance. You have that rejuvenation period, and you are able to nurture everything else to the point of being ripe enough to be plucked, to be ready to drop, ready to eat, basically. Yeah. For the Geminis that I'm pulling for, you really, really need a substantial break. And again, it's not just sleep. It's not just a vacation, because vacations can also be very exhausting because there's still all these demands and everybody's saying, I need this. You like if you're a mom or a single parent of either gender, mom, 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 honey, 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 mom, 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 honey, honey, honey. This is the space you need to get to. And this is the space you're in. And the grace, the reason this is in the grace is so that you can feel it. So that you can recognize how badly this is needed. And how badly getting this space of moment to moment so that you can find your wholeness and your balance within. Rather than, because when we are exhausted like this, what ends up happening is we don't just sleep. We actually end up in this place of not being productive, not being able to move through our day fully and completely, and certainly not in a state of flow. Within, not externally, internally. And this release, I guarantee you, it is about going with the flow, with the demands that are outside of you, that are coming in at you. And what can be salvaged. Trust that life will go on. Things will be fine. Ultimately, you can take this period. You can take the time that you need to get that rest, to get that rejuvenation, whatever that means for you. If you need to, go stay with a friend for 2 days, 3 days, just to get away from the chatter, to spend time in quiet for yourself, to meditate, to get back in tune with you, return, you will be much more prepared to be in this energy. And your soul, your essence, your heart, everything within you will thank you profoundly for this period. So give yourself that permission. Allow yourself that much needed break. And even though whoever these people around you are, whether it's work or home or school, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're male or female, mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you take care of you. Because taking care of other people all the time without taking care of ourselves is a very harmful, damaging place for everyone involved. You're not doing anyone any favors. So take that time. When you are ready, come back. Take things one moment at a time. And you'll be able to do what you need to do, because we all have life obligations, much more fully, completely, and with a lot less burden. And in the meantime, everything will be fine. Everyone will survive. And going with the flow externally, because you've reached this balance within, will be a lot easier. So recognize how you're feeling in your body, in your mind, in your energy. That's why the sorrow card was in that grace. Because each time you feel this, it's going to get easier and easier to recognize, and you won't allow yourself to get so drained. So take that break. You deserve it. At least according to the cards. That's it, everyone, and I will be back tomorrow night to do the Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius readings for the 8th. Remember, it is all about choices. You can do whatever you want. You can pick your energy simply by choosing. Live in a state of love within, or stay in fear. Blessings to you all. I'll see you later.